Hi, Scorpio. If you want to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support. Here's your rorschach. We are revisiting from earlier in the month to reread in the reverse. Oh my goodness. If you'd like to take a screenshot so you can scry in your own time and terms. All right, Scorpio, as always, thank you for being my muse. Thank you for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. I'm going to reverse this for an alternative perspective. Scorps, when you're ready, let's close the eyes, take a deep breath, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. We're here for Scorpios. Let's go. I'll add on the spirit box in a moment, as well as tarot and oracle along the way, and scribe on the art. And I'll post it maybe on Instagram or something at some point in time. All right, Scorpios, I'm excited. Ooh. I just heard that song, Earth Angel, oh, will you be mine? I'm not sure if it's actually in regards to love. For some, it may be Scorpios, or just simply, you know what it makes me feel like? It feels nice, Scorpios. You know, like just the tune, the flow, maybe something about older music as well, if there's any Scorpios that are like really into music, and there might be like an older form of music or an expression of music that soothes you. Like it just makes, I kind of want to feel, Scorpios, like you just want to waft in your waters a little bit. Doesn't need to be, you know, it's like a good cry, you know, or watching a sentimental movie that brings a tear to your eye. But there's just something about this endearingness that there's light all around it. And for whatever reason, I've started like right down here at the bottom of your ink blot and looking up. Typically, I'll start from, you know, top down. Actually, that's not true. I kind of go wherever my eyes wander. So, well, I guess that's a falsity I've shared. I like to think that I start from up there, but I don't think it's true. All right, Scorpios. And maybe there's a point to sharing that. You know, is there a typical way? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you're just moving around the lazy water rivers of, you know what? What's behind me in this music? Something about music is definitely coming through. And a lot of shadow work. I'm also seeing vulture heads, but they're not vultures. They're just vulture heads, and they're in some sort of ornate, could say like candle holder. Again, I'm right in here. I feel like I'm in a little bit of your, there could even just be, serpent vulture hybrids. I don't know if that came up in the alternative perspective. I'm trying to look at the words, but they're upside down, so I don't want to stick to them. I want to see what's coming in. Oh, wind. I am being like, there's so much wind, you know, like if you were to see somebody on a movie and like the wind, like maybe somebody's even like skydiving or something, like a lot of wind. I don't know if you're receiving messages really, really quickly, and these messages may come from, I'm going to say, the esoteric environment of oneself versus the exoteric. I'm not sure that what's done esoterically, inwardly, not that it needs to be the same. This is a weird way, but I'm going to try and say it the best I can without butchering it. What's expressed exoterically is, of course, a version of something esoterically, but the trail or the map that would be like, well, how did you get this out of this? Some people might look at you, Scorps, and go, I don't get it. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's even something of the Scorpio collective, looking around the collective aura of everyone else and all that is and going, I don't get it. I don't get it. How is this, whatever this is, do you know what I'm saying, Scorpios? Like, there might be some, like, deep introspection happening, which really is bringing me into, like, shadow work, but not because it's shadowful. Excuse me. But because it's in that realm esoterically. Spirit box is on. We're here for Scorpios. If you'd like any shout outs, maybe it'll resonate with you, or just simply add an entertainment for us. All right, Scorpios. Yeah, because there's something like devilly going on here. It might also have Capricorn vibes if you jive with that. Could also be just somebody, could be a relationship. Something about your root, you know what I mean? Like stability. That's funny. I just heard, now whether or not, because this could be a mirroring thing going on, I just heard when your head is in your tush. You might be really stubborn about something. Scorpios, it's like I really want to be light. See, like I'm even feel like I'm stressed. I don't even know why. I don't mean to laugh if you're seriously going through something. But it's like when I'm receiving it, I'm like, why am I so stressed out?
Run.
I'm like, I don't know. I don't know.
Gemini.
I just know that I'm not I'm just stressed. Stressed. And there's something coming down. There's something in there that's drawing its way down. I see it like it's something diving in. Why am I so stressed, Scorpios? Let's add on some cards here. Ooh, we're going over there.
Lisa.
Okay. Scorpios, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for being my muse. Links below to help a gal grow. Donate, support, all that kind of good stuff.
Arm.
Okay, maybe it's because what it's reminding me of this like stress is there was a time in my life when I was like I was working with an old man, I'm gonna say, and he was so sweet, and he was like a mentor. Okay, so we worked together in one space, but then we had this sidebar like mentoring about philosophy. So we would have these conversations. There would be books recommended, like, okay, conversations to kind of get a feel where I was thinking, feeling, you know, that kind of how I was digesting things. Oh, he was wonderful. He was so patient. Not the friendliest man outwardly. And this is kind of what's bringing me into the exoteric to esoteric. Like, if you, not that you needed to know him, but to observe him, he was not an overly friendly man. But he was so friendly. He was very, very smart. It's kind of like when someone is what is that movie? Good Will Hunting, when somebody really intelligent is in a position that just serves them differently. Anyway, the point of that being the stress, what it brought me into is I remember going through this, and at some point in time I was having like an existential crisis because I was like, what is going on? All of these words are written. There's no way to determine anything, to solidify anything. It's almost like it created a whole other landscape for me to navigate. And anyway, he helped me through, and that was the point of having a mentor, just someone to talk it out with. It wasn't about
keep going,
fixing it, or him giving me some sort of book that had all the answers, and it wasn't about anything. It was just a willingness to explore and have those introspective conversations. But it did cause stress along the way. Like, it kind of like, okay, I'm seeing some sort of royal is not the right word, family emblem. Like if you have a family crest, something along that lines. Family could be a source of stress for one reason or another. As well, rabbit hole that just opened up, they are also a point of not survival, but it's kind of like thrival, like you thrive better as a family unit versus, because you're always an individual amongst that unit. So I'm not in a rush to leave. There's more for me to, it's almost like there's more for me to do amongst the unit, the family crest, the honor, before I do it on my own. Something along those lines. Okay, so these are the cards the way they came out. So behind the 5 of potions, there's that stressy feeling. See, it's like even Jack up there is like, oh. That's what it feels like. Is temperance. Temperance is what was behind it. Again, very esoteric, exoteric. Does that come through? Yeah, so I want to slide Jack in right there. That's where I want to go, Scorps. Sorry, I have no idea what was happening over here. I assume they talk to you more than me. And temperance. Yeah. Potions and ghosts. Some sort of alchemy also happening. Oh, wow. I can't seem to get it out of my language. Like how she is pouring from, will it show? There's one and there's the other one. 2 perspective potions. Esoteric, exoteric, inner, outer, right, wrong. Do I go? Do I stay? Oh, I don't know. Some of you might be in that kind of existential crisis situation. Queen of Needles. Oh my goodness. Okay, Scorps, give me 2 moments here. I'm going to add on some more cards for the Scorpio collective. Is there any more? No. Okay, so the Queen of Needles has come in. Are you from here? Are you from here? I'm from where I am right now. Where are you from? Okay, Queen of Needles. I want to place her right in there. Right where I was talking about Earth Angel. Earth Angel. So there might be a female physically around you. Or in spirit. Their expression, earthly or ethereal, is least of my concern. But this brings me into that family crest, because she has red pearls around her neck. So this could be something, maybe family is causing you stress. Could be a mother figure or a grandmother. There's something about hierarchy. And maybe you have obligations. And maybe it is kind of like that royal family, using the symbology as maybe you are of royal descent. I apologize. Like, who am I to assume you are not of royalty? You absolutely could be of royalty. Anyway, moving on from my own conversation. It's around the neck, so it could just be that there's expectations like the royals would have. There's obligations you need to fulfill. There are things that you are assumed to do, to stay and be until...
How do you feel?
I don't know, until time, but I don't know what that time is. It's like, well, how do you ever reach it if you never know what it is? The veil. Oh my goodness. Scorpios. But you are... Okay. Veil. See it in there? Okay. So we now have red around the throat, around the eyes. Somebody might be... They speak on your behalf. Whether you feel veiled or blinded by their perception, or you must assume their perception, again, like the royal family. Like if this is and I really don't know anything about the royal family. I'm completely going off preconditioned programming here, but it serves me, and that's fine. That, this is your role, your position, so that, you know what I'm saying? Okay, and this could be causing you some despair, this potion of inner and outer. But Scorpios, this is this is where like somebody else's head might be in their butt, or it looks like it's closing a loop for me with the head and the butt thing, the snake eating its own tail. This is actually a small part of what I actually feel is going on for you. Though it's, I'm not going to lie, stressful. It's small because your ability to transmute magician style all the way through here, and there's a card under here. Interesting. All of this is bigger than, first of all, there's that little family crest, and here might be, anyway, the stress. The lamp was hidden underneath your ink blot. And again, we see all this yellow down here of your own illumination is remembrance. Don't tell me who I am. I'll remember who I am. By almost, Earth Angel, Earth Angel.
Capricorn.
Yeah, maybe you do have Capricorn in your chart, because there's a little devilly up there. I'm not sure if I said that before. I don't know. I don't know how to say that. Give me a moment, Scorpios. Give me a moment. Did you say wound?
Yeah. Leave here.
You said leave here, and there's unnecessary fear that just came up.
Karma.
Okay. That's not for you. Okay.
When?
I'm still trying to figure out how to say that. Apple, risk and reward, graveyard, unnecessary fear, and hidden talents. Cardinal song. It's the music. It's like if a family was prim and proper, to whatever that means nowadays, but, grace me with that. And then they have like a rock star kid. And it's like, but that's not the black sheep kind of feel, maybe.
Who are they?
But there's a talent. You, Scorpios, have a talent. The stress is now transforming into a talent. Because the talent is bigger than somebody else's birth chart for me. Night Song. It's about the music. Maybe it's the music of your soul. Maybe it's music that you listen to. Maybe it's music that you feel and you dance. Yes. And this helps me feel at peace. Unnecessary fear. When I am here. It also helps like break up these the energy around the obligations without being disrespectful and without being rebellious, because I feel like those are kind of outdated, Scorpios, or maybe this is what you're dealing with, right? I'm not entirely sure. Simply a guest here. Vultures brings me into those vultures. And the risk and reward of the apple with love.
Goodbye.
It's like, goodbye. Thank you so much for your support. It's almost like with that Queen of Needles. And think about like the evil queen. Is it the evil? Anyway, maybe it's Red Right. Anyway, for some reason I suddenly can't remember those fairy tales. But is it an apple of reward for being kind, or is it really poisonous to keep you tethered? I kind of want to say this is all being dispelled in one way, shape, or another. But with the whole rebellion and thing, and I don't mean but in the typical way of but, head out of the butt, it's like people see you in place because you're doing what needs to be done respectfully, out of respect. But there's this whole other world that may be invisible to some simply because they don't see it or can't see it, or because you're not being reckless, like a rebel, and not to assume rebels are reckless, but in that, you know what I mean, rebellion way that could be very loud. You're being respectful about it, and you're actually very awake and awoke about it. But you're like, my time will come. My time will come when it's proper, and I will be able to walk away and let this. Again, I'm not saying it's family, this, that, or the other. They could just be archetypes of energy. They could be things that you're alchemizing with. They could even be in the company you keep. Scorpios. Okay, we are closing out here. Last but not least, I hope this has served in some way, shape, or form. And the symbolic nature of it encourages you or inspires you to, saunter. Commune with Source. Everything is in perfect balance. And what can you let go of? So, the way I would put it together, Scorpios, what can you let go of? Unnecessary fear. Commune with the Source is your hidden talent song music. That makes me feel like it's a channel, whether I sing, rap, drum, draw, whatever music is to you, right? Whatever music in any alchemized expression, silence to sound, tangible to something. You have a talent for it. And everything is in perfect balance. And I'm going to end here because amongst all what seems heavy and like shadowy and oh my goodness. And I'm not going to dismay that you could be going through some stuff, the stress of it. But somehow I see you transmuting it. Eunonia. Because all of this is in here, right there. Look at that, freeing. There's even a bird where we're seeing a vulture in the same space. Everything is in perfect balance. It's almost like you might even be the balance keeper by what you do. Scorpios, thank you so much for your time and your awesome abstract and ancient awareness. And until next time, I will see you in April. Okay.